Okay, we have a 2019 Chevy Blazer, and it's not the Equinox, but it's the Blazer, and I'm going to show you how to get the catalytic converters off. There's not a lot of content online about it, but as you can see, I got the old one off right here, and I got the new one. She ordered new ones, so I got the new one in right now in the front. Now, the actual way to do this is it's a process, and you can get it out. It's going to seem like it's very hard. There's a lot of light. Let me see if I can block some of this light. Okay, I'm trying to block some of the light so you can see the catalytic converter in there. There we are right there. So you're going to have 4 15mm bolts at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really easy to get to. I mean, that's what they're going to look like right there. You got 4 of them at the top like that. They're nuts. 4 15mm nuts. Wait a minute. Right there. With their little stud sticking off. So you got 4 of those. And you got the O2 sensor at the top. First thing I did was just take my unscrew my O2 sensor. I didn't unclip it from here because she didn't change them out. But I unscrewed my O2 sensor, took out the 415s at the top. Then while I was up here, you're going to see a negative battery cable. That's a 1/2 right there. So make sure you take that off because you're going to need that to pull it up through here. You're going to need it. You're going to see all of these lines that'll be zip tied. Clip all the zip ties because you're going to push everything out the way. Clip all your little zip ties. You can zip tie it back with new ones later. And when you undo this, the negative battery line, there's a little stud sticking off on the side of your battery box right here. You can actually whip that around and let that thing just put it on here. You don't have to bolt it to there, but just slide it on here so it's out of the way. Now, once you get those 4 bolts off the top, the 415s, and you get the 1/2 out of the way, and you get the O2 sensor off, you're going to climb up under the bottom. Let's get up under here. I'm doing this pretty fast because I already did it. All right, you're going to climb up under the bottom here. And there you see, let me see, there we go. The new piece right there. There's 1 15mm at the side, and the other side you'll have 2 nuts on there. Now you're going to get bolts when you get your new kit. You're going to actually get bolts, and you're going to get washers and a nut for each side with your new one. But you take those 2 15mm off, they just drop straight down, and then your catalytic converter is free. But you will not be able to pull it out because it has this shield on. This shield has 3 10mm screws in it. And so get these 3 10mm off. They'll be here, here, and here. You take those off, you pull this shield out, you get the shield off. Now you can pull your catalytic converter up and out. But it's not going to be super easy. So what you do is you see this big AC hose right here. You're going to pull this AC hose closer to the fan, closer, and then kind of push it towards passenger side. It's not, like I said, it's not going to be easy, but you're going to clear enough space just to wiggle that big catalytic converter up, and you're going to get it in between your AC line, and all these little hoses right here. The fuel is going to scoot right past the fuel line in this big gap. It's going to work. Trust me, it's going to be hard. It's going to feel like it's not going to work. It's going to work. Once you get it past that initial hitch, it just drags straight up and out. Once you get it straight up and out, like I said, I'm going to give this all back to my client, see if she can recycle it, get her some money back or something like that. But now I'm working on the one in the rear. So the one in the rear, what you want to do is, actually, I'm going to unclip the O2 sensor. It's sitting right behind the engine. Okay, to get the O2 sensor out, what you want to do is take that little white piece all the way out. There's a white piece sitting on there that'll look like, where's the other one at? It'll look like this. This white piece right here. That piece will come entirely all the way out. Once you get it out, let me scoot up here some. Once you get it out, you can push on the back end right here. It'll flex. And when it flexes, it raises up this little piece inside like this. See that little piece raise up? So when you push the back, it's going to flex that piece that raises up like that. And when it raises up, it'll get over this little notch right here that's on this O2 sensor, and it'll slide right out. But if this piece doesn't flex down, you never can move that piece up because it's locked in with that. So you push that down, move that up. I'm pushing right here. And then your O2 sensor should just slide right out real easy, real easy. Once I do that, you've got all your 15 climb up under the front of the car. And of course, you got your hydraulic jack, but you also got a jack stand sitting over here supporting it, just in case the jack stand starts kind of releasing or lets down. This will actually buy you some time. So don't forget, grab you a jack stand. I got tons of them in here. You come up under here. I mean, it's real quick to see. So there's your, don't worry about that O2 sensor. That's not what you're worried about. That one right there, leave that alone. Don't touch that O2 sensor. But there's your two 15s. Already PB blasted them last night. So two 15s, and then you'll have your other 15s at the very top. Your 415s way up at the top. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide it out of this big gap right here. It should drop straight out the gap. If it doesn't straight out the gap, then I'm going to take off those 10 millimeter bolts. Wait a minute, here we go. Those 10 millimeter bolts right there that are holding that shield on. I'll take those off and pull it out. So I'll let you know when I get to that point. But since I already did the front one, I just told you how I got that one out. Let me work on this rear. Okay, so I took out 3 of the bolts on that catalytic converter on the top. I took 3 of those out already from the top. You can do it from the top easy. I took the O2 sensor off right now because it's still one more bolt that's locking it on. But it's easier to get this off when the catalytic converter is solidified, because I had to use my breaker bar and everything. So I used my breaker bar and my O2 sensor socket, and I just broke it free. And then it unscrewed by hand. It's real quick, unscrews by hand, so that's off. But the bolts I got off was the 2 tops and then passenger side bottom. The driver side bottom, I think I got to get to from the actual bottom of the vehicle, because I can't get around it from here because there's something hitting it. So I'm going to get a, the socket is too big, so I'm going to get a wrench. I'm going to get a ratchet wrench, like a crescent wrench, and see if I can get down there with that 15. This is a crescent wrench I plan on using right here. It's 15 millimeter. I'm going to lock it on there, see if I can wrench this thing off. Those bolts aren't very tight on the O2, on the catalytic converter, fortunately. Okay, I got the second one out, and you do have to take that shield off because it's not coming out with that shield on there. So once I had all the bolts off, I just kind of rotated it up there, and it's got 3 on there. 1, 2, 3. I rotated it. I used my little air wrench with a couple of extensions. These are the extensions I use. This one's probably about a 3-inch. That one's probably about a 6-inch. And it actually helped me get the last one off because I had to go through like sort of like the wheel well area like this way to get to it because I was rotating it. But got all those off and it dropped straight out. But what you got to do is, as you're dropping it out, kind of pull the front exhaust, pull it sort of passenger side a little bit. I mean, maybe like a 1/4 inch. You got to just use some strength a little bit and just pull it like that. It'll drop straight out. So you can get both catalytic converters off without removing the exhaust system or anything like that. But like I said, just got to use a little muscle for each one. You can do it. So here's both catalytic converters right here. Here's my front, and this is my rear right there. Like I said, and I got the other piece in here. As you can see, there's no brackets on the side. Like you see how these little brackets are welded on there? There's none on the new ones, so you don't have to use those shields again. They'll just be spare parts. You can keep them for another car that might have a damaged shield. But like I said, it's not a process where you got to remove the exhaust system or nothing like that. It's got to use a little muscle. You can get it out of there. What's crazy is that the new one was so small, I dropped it in right here. I mean, it fit in like nothing. So I'm probably pretty sure that the old one can probably be pulled up and out if you just remove this this harness right here. I think this is a spark plug harness. If you remove that, you could probably pull the top one out. But getting it out from the bottom is not that hard anyways. But I said, let me see if it'll fit. I mean, this slid dropped right in there. There it is right here. Wait a minute. Whoops. So there it is right there. Dropped it straight down in there. I got 1 bolt on just to secure it for right now. So I'll go and do the bottoms. I'll put 1 top on. I'll do both of my bottoms. And then I'll put my O2 sensor back on. Okay, so while I was up under here, I did my 2 bottom 15s right there. And then I did my 1 lower. You see that? Where is it at? It's up there. The 1 lower passenger driver side 15. So I'll put the other 3 in from the top. But at least I got the driver side lower end. These 2 air wrenched on. I can actually lower the car. I'm done up under here. This is going pretty quick. Oh, let me get them up under here. Okay, cleared out the codes. Everything's good. You can see a little bit of smoke rising from the back, a little bit of smoke rising from the front, letting you know it's burning off all of the preservatives and everything else they put on. They oil these things up, all brand new, so it's got to burn all the new stuff off first. So once everything is done being, cooked and everything, the smoking will stop. So don't be worried about it. Don't be like, oh my God, it's smoking. It's supposed to. They're brand new. They got to burn some stuff off, and then you'll be ready. But so far, so good. Sounds a lot better too. I mean, you can tell one of them was clogged. It sounds a whole lot better. I had everything apart. I saw that her coolant was very low, so I topped it off. Her coolant was like all the way down here, and the fill line on these are up here. You can see the fill line, it has to be here. So I put it right at the top of like the little hazard area, so it'll be able to kind of process through the system. I don't know how much she's out, but I keep spare coolant around for things like that. I got to think about 2-3 gallons of coolant in there for BMWs and American cars and stuff like that. Just, I like to help people out. I don't charge them for that.